What?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't.
¿Por qué?
Este tío es un campeón.
¿Por qué? Porque puedo.
Talking about the stock market, like people could predict something. No, the more you know about the economy and the stock market is, you don't know shit, right?
Yeah.
Like 100 experts are gonna say it's gonna crash. 300 experts can say it's not. It might be both, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think it's hard for people to believe like prophets and stuff like that nowadays. Not because that person might be wrong, or that person might be a false prophet, or that person might be a fake, but they see, because we have access to the internet, we can see the whole grasp of things, and they know that there's 1,000 of these people out there with different opinions, and one of them has to get it right, you know.
So, but something like predicting a worldwide disease, like who was it? Like realistically, in your lifetime, did you ever think you were actually going to see that?
But that's also something I can't answer, because before the pandemic, dude, I was a kid.
But there's other people, you know, like I think if you ask them, like they never thought they were ever gonna see, because like let's be honest, COVID changed the world. It's changed the world,
and it still has. We haven't really recovered from it.
And so that's what I mean. Like, and so like one thing, okay, but I mean like again, if you follow these people, because when I saw like they were claiming to be prophets the first time, I was like, nah, like there's no way, you know, like. But again, you test it. Like God's word says, this is how you test a prophet. You listen to what they say. Are they actually leading you towards God? And the things they claim are going to happen, do they actually happen? So I think predicting a worldwide pandemic, that's not too many people are going to be able to hit that. But okay, that's one thing you're saying. Oh, they might have gotten lucky.
Yeah.
What if you listen to them and they consistently say stuff about the future, and they consistently get it right. At some point, you can't just say, "Oh, they're getting lucky." You can't. Realistically, you can't say that. Okay. Like, if we're being honest, you know.
We could say that, but we could also have a highly smart individual, or a highly smart group of people, right? If we get me and you, and we get like 2-3 other of our friends, right? We sit in this room, we pick something out, we analyze it, we look at trends, we could probably predict where that thing's gonna be in 5, 10, 15 years. Right or wrong?
Well, it depends on what scale. So again, like, you think people could have actually accurately predicted a pandemic, a disease was going to hit the whole world?
Probably, if someone predicts that back in 2018, they're going to be seen as a crazy person, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Specifically, if they hit the specific points, though. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who have predicted there's going to be a new disease, there's going to be a new pandemic, right? But if they hit the specific points of, we're going to be indoors, we're not going to have gatherings, Christmas is canceled, or whatever, you know, like things like that. Things that really impacted, you know, because honestly, I thought it was going to be a 2-week vacation. I thought it was going to be 2 weeks. People don't come to school, stay indoors. In 2 weeks, if you don't touch anyone, if you don't see anyone, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
What ended up happening, dude?
It's been more than years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And I think we recovered from it somewhat socially. Economically, we're still not there.
So bad,
We're still not there. But it's just crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, I can see your point. Let me ask you something, because I'm really into this. Like, have you ever gotten any of these dreams that you? Because I've gotten dreams about the past. I've gotten dreams about the present. Have you specifically gotten any dreams about the future, and you've experienced that?
So again, like, dreams is it's God calls it, it's a gift. So everybody has gifts. Everyone, whether you believe in God or not, everybody has gifts. Everybody has a talent. It's just, are you going to use it for God or not? That's the question. But one of them are dreams. People have dreams and stuff. So before I got, into like following God and everything, my dad would have dreams, and it got to the point where he realized that his dreams that he had, because he didn't dream frequently, but when he did, he realized like, oh, something happens during the day that was kind of like something eventful basically happened. So it got to the point where he's like, if I ever have a dream, I'm gonna let you guys. So me and my mom, I'm gonna let you guys know, so you guys are a little bit more cautious, because like things tend to happen. So then recently, in the last couple of years, I started having the same where I would have dreams and something related to. So in the dream, it's not obvious; it's something weird. But then once it happened, I realized, oh, that's what it was. You know, so it was connected. Recently this year, though, I had a dream, a very detailed dream, and it was funny. I had a detailed dream, and I actually prayed about like, oh, like, so I prayed to God, and I was like, what is this about? I had no idea, and I felt like I kind of received like a little bit of like revelation, like what it was about. So my proof would be that I told 2 people about the dream before it happened. So they're my witnesses that I didn't make it up like, oh, they happened and then, oh, I happened to dream. Like, no, I told them before it happened. And so it was like an event that happened the same day. So usually all my dreams, when something happens, it's on the same day. So that day, like I said, the dream was very detailed. I didn't really understand it too well. But after everything happened that day, I was able to connect all the little details and something that happened that day and stuff. And again, I told 2 people about it before it happened. So they would be my witnesses. That, like,
Can you share a little bit, or just our overall about like what it kind of entailed?
So it was in the dream. I remember there was like a small girl, but she was like pure white, and but it seemed like she wasn't wearing anything, but like she was just glowing white. And I was like in the store. I kind of like helped her in, and there was like like 2 things. Like there was a snake in a box, and then there was me trying to stuff happened. Like I was trying to, like, I had like a stick, and I was trying to fight off like these little insects on the ground or something, I remember. And it was something along those lines. And I remembered, I was like, I was really weirded out. I was like, what is this dream about? And all I remember, this is what I got. Like, you know, I said I feel I got revelation. This is what I got. Well, who are you supposed to meet today? That's what I got in my head. And I realized that there was a girl that I was going to be meeting with a friend, because it was kind of something very personal. A conversation that was gonna happen. And I forgot that day I was gonna meet her. So again, remember the dream was like there was a girl that was walking. She was like white, glowing and stuff, and she was like naked. Mm-hmm. Later on that day, like it was a very tough conversation, but she ended up, she was like a very strong person, you know, like very strong. The type of, you know, she would never get emotional. That day she broke down and she was crying. So I would say when you cry in front of somebody, you're kind of like exposed, right? You're kind of like, you could even say naked. So again, going back to the dream, that girl that was walking, remember she was naked. She was exposed basically. And so it was me, the girl, and like there was like a snake. And in that day, it was like 3 people. The conversation happened with 3 people. It was me, the girl, and the friend. The conversation happened in the store. And again, in the dream, I dreamt that we went in the store, and there was like a couple more details, but like a lot of the details in my dream, once all that happened, I could tie it back like exactly, like detail for detail and stuff. And there was, like I said, there was more, because it was like half a year ago. But again, like I told people about it, and I told the details to everybody and stuff.
So I think dreams are actually very powerful. Lately, I've been getting a lot more realistic dreams. Mm-hmm. But the thing about myself and the thing about my dreams is I kind of think about them. You're thinking about your dreams futurely, right?
Yeah. So like
And I think about my dreams in the past. In terms of I'm very. And this is just who I am, you know. Even when it comes to like. Even when it came to like when I would do math at school, I would be very like, show me why, right? I'm very like, prove it to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm very physical when it comes to learning as well.
Yeah.
You could teach me something for 100 years, and I won't learn it as fast as if I actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Like hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on. I'm very hands-on. So every time I get a realistic dream, I don't think of this means that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always okay. Like you mentioned, right? Like you connected the girl in your dream to the girl you met, right? I connect my dreams to what I did the day before. Like this connects with this connects with this. So that's why I had that dream. Because this whole day this happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
or I was thinking about this all day.
That makes
Which
sense.
is why I had the dream, right?
But that makes sense when you say
Yeah.
sometimes when we're thinking a lot about something, we actually dream about it.
Yeah, like
That
I actually had a dream about a friend who like recently passed away.
Yeah.
And I had this dream, I think a week before or sometime before, and I had a dream that he sent me a text message
Mm-hmm.
replying to a real message that I sent him. And this message that I sent him was about us planning an event.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dream, I dreamt that he sent me a message about the event. So we were planning out this event that had already passed in real life, I think.
Yeah.
But in the dream, I was like happy about planning this event with him.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, my friend's gonna get better.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah. So is that when he was like bad at the time?
It ended up being that he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
My mom just told me like maybe it was just him saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I don't know, man. Dreams are very weird sometimes, you know? And sometimes you try to connect them and try to make sense of them. But sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I was probably thinking of this yesterday, so that's why I dreamt it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's what someone would say, right? Like, you think about something a lot. It's kind of normal you would dream about that, you know? So you go to sleep thinking about it, you dream about it. So
Yeah. But yeah, I also had pretty crazy dreams, but like fun dreams. My brother, he's actually a lucid dreamer, which is fucking. I'm jealous, dude.
Is that the one where you're aware you're dreaming? You can do anything?
Yeah. He's a lucid dreamer. I'm not.
Dang.
But I have crazy dreams that don't make sense, and they're all mashed together.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember I was dreaming that I was like going to school one day. And then like it ended up being a maze and a puzzle, and I had to over here like dodge things, and it was like a whole thing. I ended up kissing like a teacher, and then I was in a car with people, and they were telling me stuff, and then I'm like, you don't know my homie Chris? And then they're like, no, we never heard about him before. I turned, and it ended up being Cristiano Ronaldo.
What the heck?
You don't know Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, it's just like...
That seems random, yeah.
Those are the dreams I've always had.
Yeah.
But recently I've had pretty realistic dreams. I recently dreamt that I had a baby girl.
Dang.
Yeah. Not like an actual
No, yeah,
infant.
I was saying, no, yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
like
assumed,
an actual... I had a dream I had like an infant, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
I mean, that's something you want, or no?
I mean, yeah. That's something...
I guess so that's what I mean. I feel like those are the dreams where, like, I could see you,
like why? I mean, yeah, that's like I think those are the most common dreams, right?
Yeah,
you think of something all day, so you manifest it and dream. But I'm gonna keep my eye out for like those things, those specific dreams that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had some of those dreams where I like dream something, and then it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep an eye out for them now.
Yeah.
You know.
Some people write them down. You know, just to go back to them and check and stuff.
So a lot of people know this, but I have a horrible memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't remember things.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For some people, they could remember things.
Yeah, like you, good memories.
Yeah, like my friend Maria, she remembers conversations we had in middle school. I don't even remember seeing her in middle school at all. I know we went to the same middle school, but I don't remember seeing her at all.
Mm-hmm.
My other friend Anna, I remember us having conversations in high school, like freshman year, but she remembers us being friends in middle school. And I just suck at like remembering things, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I try to convince myself that it's because I'm always thinking about the future. Right? Like I think about the future a lot.
You forget the past or something.
That I forget the past. scapegoat I give myself.
To
Right?
feel better.
Yeah, but I'm really, my memory really is really bad, so I forget a lot of my dreams and stuff like that. So that's why I try to tell them
Oh
when
yeah,
I
that's
remember
cool.
them, right?
Yeah.
So I recently had a dream. See that outside of my place, there was a speaker attached to the roof, and I don't know if it was a lightning. I don't want to say if it felt like lightning hit it, but I know that's not the case. It was more of it produced a spark, and it caused a great fire, and the sky was dark. That was my dream, but there was more though. I remember there was more to it.
Yeah.
Like things happened before that or
Yeah.
after that, and I was with a group of people. Like there's always really great adventures that happen in my stories, but I forgot.
Your dreams.
Yeah, in my
Taking
dreams.
your life.
In my dreams, yeah. But
No, that happens to me too.
it ended up being that I just remember the big fire.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm sorry, but like, you know how you're just connecting like that dream with that girl?
Yeah.
I saw a fire that day.
There you go.
Like, nothing good, of course.
No, yeah, but it was something.
But in my dream, I saw this big fire.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna tell my parents just because they were there in the car with me when I told them, right? Because I told them this when we were having dinner.
Yeah.
We went out to like have dinner, right? And I told them, oh, I had a dream about this big fire, this and that. On our way home, there was a big car on fire in the freeway. And I'm telling the future, bro.
So a lot of these gifts that are in the Bible, like even again, depends if you believe, but the prophets, they say the same. Like they didn't start off. I believe they're prophets. I believe God speaks to them, but they didn't get to where they are just by like one day they could do it and stuff. Like they trained it. So I would say maybe dreams are like that as well. Like if you somehow like it's like a muscle, you train it, you get better, like stronger. So that's like honestly that's like a little thing. Okay, where you saw a fire and later on in your dream, so what? But that could be how it starts,
Yeah,
you get more revelation, more about
that's crazy
stuff about the future. But again, like if you don't even know about it, you don't even look for these things,
Yeah, like you, like I would have never connected those things until now.
And it's little small things, yeah. But like again, it could start like that.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder the other parts of my dreams that I can't remember. I wonder if they also played out that day.
It could have.
One
of the things we believe is that God is speaking every day to you. It's just we're honest, like we're busy doing other stuff that we don't pay attention, and sometimes we pay attention, and you're like, oh man, like I was thinking about this, I needed to hear this, and you somehow hear about that topic or whatever. But maybe your dreams had something to do later on in the future, but like if you're not paying attention to it, you're not gonna notice it.
That's so true. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in the world, people don't pay attention to them. Like, attention to detail is so important.
I'm bad at that.
And it's not just like the Bible. Like I get that at work too. Like, you could be that guy that just goes to work, and they give you stuff to do, and you just do it. You could be working at that company for 20 years. You leave and have no idea how that business is run.
Yeah.
Or you could be the guy that goes in, and this is what I try to do, because if you give me a task to do, I'm not really going to know how to do it unless I know how other pieces work or know why the specific piece that I'm working on is important. So that's why I try to connect everything,
Like the big picture.
Specifically in work, at work,
Yeah.
I need to know how things work in order to be better at the specific, part that I do.
Yeah.
And I just think it's crazy, and I feel like now I'm gonna start like incorporating that in other aspects of my life, like know why this is important with this and that's important with that, because you never know. I just had a revelation.